Hello, everyone. This is the Inner Voice Show, part of the Evolving Mind series in the Togetherness media. I'm Dr. Foojan Zeine. I'm a psychotherapist, an author, and the founder of the Awareness Integration Theory. This is a show about what matters most in our life: our minds, our thoughts, feelings, actions, relationships, and our fulfillment in this beautiful journey of life. In this show, I will share the tip of the week about the people who are facing the pain of watching a family member or a friend suffer from an illness. It's tough, but there's a way to make it easier on you. I will also share about listening to someone who's ill and needs your compassion. I bring you Kai Whiting. He's a lecturer and a researcher in Stoicism and Sustainability at UC Leuven in Belgium. Kai is the co-author of the intriguing new book, Being Better: Stoicism for a World Worth Living In, tackling common myths about the philosophy of Stoicism and how it's utilized on every day for us. But first, here's the tip of the week. Dr. Foojan Zeine here, and this is the tip of the week. This week, I've been working with many people, friends, colleagues, and clients who are facing the pain of watching a family member or a friend suffer from an illness, whether it's depression, bipolar, cancer, dementia, MS, Parkinson's, and chronic pain. Being a caretaker for someone who's suffering from an illness is filled with mixed emotions. It's difficult to feel that you deserve to rest, take a breather, be happy, or even enjoy anything around while a loved one is suffering. The emotion of powerlessness creates depression. The attempt to kick out of this powerlessness at times leads to many desperate actions that do not necessarily help anything, but it depletes one's energy and financial resources. The process of grief already starts, knowing that you will be losing someone, experiencing the helplessness, and watching the process of deterioration becomes heart-wrenching. At times when others say nonchalantly, get over it, and that's just life, all will be well, it brings rage. Facing living with and interacting with a loved one who, in the time of pain, it can be needy, irritating, or demanding is really, really tough. Listening to others who try to be positive and give a general sentence of, it will all be okay, creates disconnection sometimes. It's as if nothing can help. Trying to keep pseudo-positive in front of the loved one that is suffering so that it doesn't affect them is tiring. The responsibility of being a caretaker is heavy and tiresome. So what can we do to lighten up this process? Let me share with you ways that you could take care of yourself. Self-care. 1, know that all that I mentioned above are normal reactions of a compassionate human being. You experience and react. Your experience and reactions may differ and be unique to you. It might be very different to anybody else. So honor them. Honor the way you experience and feel. Create a wait time, physically and emotionally. You need to rest and be away from the pain sometime during the day and the week. Set up one caring and pampering act for yourself during the day. Massage, nature walk, exercise, yoga, meditation, something that not only takes you away, but also takes care of you. Be present with your loved ones, no matter what condition they're in. You don't have to fix this. You can't fix this, but be with them. Your being as it is with them is what gives them the love, the caring, and inspires them to do something for themselves. Your love and acceptance will go a long way for you and them. Be respectful to your body and to your psyche. When you feel like you've reached your limit, remove yourself, take care of yourself, and then come back. Find resources and support. Ask for help. Assess what is in your control and what isn't. Let go of what's not in your control and act on the ones you can. Assess what action can actually be beneficial and only spend your energy on those tasks. You deserve to live a happy life, even though a loved one is suffering. For more awareness and ways to learn about yourself, go to my book, Life Reset, The Awareness Integration Path to create the love, to create the life you want. And be good to you first. When you care for yourself, that's when you can actually care for others. In the Ask Me segment, I have someone who is asking. He's a 50-year-old man who is married with a 15-year-old son, and he lives in Germany. And he says that his wife, for the past 2 years, have been diagnosed with cancer. And she has been very, very upset, angry, and at times verbally abuses him, gets very, very hostile toward him. He says that sometimes at the same time that she is being hostile toward me, if someone that is the member of her family or a friend calls, she becomes very kind to them. She laughs, she enjoys the conversation, but this is what happens to him, that they are in two different rooms at this time, and the 15-year-old is kind of in the middle. So he's really asking, what do I do? The relationship, the marriage, the relationship is really deteriorating, and it is also becoming vital for him to take care of himself, and yet obviously he feels bad and guilty. And he says if she did not have the cancer and she was not ill, he would no longer want to stay in this relationship. But at this stage, he feels really guilty if he actually took the route of letting go of the marriage. So he's asking, what should I do? It is a very difficult position to be. I don't know if what you and your wife has been going through, it's the same before the diagnosis of cancer. Many times when there has been a lot of built up anger and the person have kept it in their body, obviously it turns into illnesses. The concept of if she is angry to the spouse, but not angry toward people, does not mean that they're not angry. They could be angry with life, with their marriage, with what's going on with them, even angry at cancer and the illness in their body. However, people try to hold an image in the conversation that they might have with other people, because you have people who are close to you, and then you have other people who are out there, which you need to kind of like, do the social etiquette and be appropriate to them. Sometimes we don't want other people to feel pity for us. So we hold that we're strong and all is going to be okay, and we're taking care of ourselves, and we receive the love from other people as if they don't have to do it. So I'm not going to say something to upset them. It might be different than someone who's very, very close to us, and we let them see the rage we have. And it's important to see whether there is a way of conversing and listening to see what is it that the person who's ill, that she can share with you. What is she angry with you? Maybe there is something that the person can do. Maybe if they just listen and hear without going into a defensiveness, that at one point they'll have an understanding of what's going on and why their wife is so angry at them. If they open the conversation, they might find out that, yeah, they could do something, they could change some of the behavior. Maybe there are needs that his wife has, but it's not coming through and he needs to hear it. And maybe possibly if he can offer that help and support, or maybe shift the expectation of his wife and say, I can't, I hear you, and maybe I can find other people who can fulfill those expectations for you if you're needing from something from me, and I can't offer it to you at this time. Or she can just be angry, sad, anxious about her body, about death, about what's going to happen in her life. And at that time, the only close person that she might find is the person closest to her, which is her husband. And maybe that's just the place she's dumping it. So if that's the case, then be able to bring other support so that she can have the space of venting off and then coming back and creating another maybe vulnerable or safe and unique and loving space with the husband. I can totally understand that at one point it's like, I'm done, I can't handle this, and I just need to remove myself. So removing yourself from the room, taking an away time, I think it's important, and I'm glad that you're doing it. So minimizing those times that she might become verbally hostile, and asking and kind of noticing what time of day she might be a little bit more favorable to be able to talk. Sometimes it's just creating events that you guys can enjoy, maybe enjoying a music, maybe enjoying a good movie together, bringing happiness into those hours of that you're together. If you find out that she's also interested in having some unique and fine time with you. Maybe they're afraid that the husband is no longer going to be there for them, and their fear turns into anger. So if you can listen to find out what the rage is about, and if there's anything you could do about the rage, that's it. Go ahead and do it. If there's nothing you could do about the rage, see how you can protect yourself against the rage, but connect in all the different ways. You've been married for more than 16, 17 years, so maybe it's connecting to all the beautiful side of the marriage, your value for her and her value for you. Maybe shifting the conversation to the value that you have for each other, the love that you had for each other, the connection, and going toward the healing of each other, regardless of whether you stay or not at a later time. At this point, it seems like the whole household needs some healing. The 15-year-old in the middle is going to be devastated to have the possibility of losing their mom, having the possibility of losing their dad. So also asking your 15-year-old, what does he need at this time? Where his pain watching his mother go through illness? Is there anything that he's needing here? And also looking at what you're needing. See if you can also ask friends, family, and other people to support you for your need, or anyone who, as a counselor, that can support you. This time, when you see an illness within a system that shows up for one person and then it shows up all over the place, we've also got to clean up the whole system. So looking at you and seeing how have you been before the cancer happened within the marriage? How have you been toward yourself, towards your wife, toward your son? How can you shift who you are and bring healing and love toward yourself and the whole system? And begin with that. This system needs healing, and get support for healing. Thank you for listening with your heart.
Togetherness Media. Togethernessmedia.com.